Hey creatives, welcome back to the channel. So this is where we left off. It's dark blue in the center of these two blues, the mid blue and the light blue. Let me know what you guys are watching at the moment. Post in the comment section. Let me know what you guys are watching. Still need to catch up on Strange New Worlds. I think they're on episode 8 now, and I think I watched the first 3, so I'm a little bit behind. I really like it. I really want to sort of get back into this second season. If you guys are watching it, let me know what you think of it. Let me know if it's your thing, you like it, or it's not your thing, you like the 90s Star Trek, you know. I like it. I think it's got enough Star Trek elements in it to make it a show for me. You know, everybody's different, so everyone looks for different things. I've gone off camera there. Let me just slide it up a bit. Right, so I'm doing this bit. Right, I'm still on camera. Yeah, tell me what you think. Tell you what I liked. Now, I don't know if it came out this year or last year. My years are merging into one. Like 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, they've all kind of merged into one. So, I was watching, because I actually read the book, one of the books, should I say, Jack Reacher, because they made the films of Jack Reacher with Tom Cruise, but Tom Cruise is a little too short to be Jack Reacher, because in the books Jack Reacher is about 6'4" or something, and the only reason they chose Tom Cruise to play him, because Jack Reacher was quite an unknown character, but Tom Cruise is a bankable actor, and he will draw people to the cinema, which he did. And people who haven't read the books, they didn't know that he wasn't supposed to be 5'8". I'm not sure how tall Tom Cruise is, but I know he's not 6'4". And then the second, I liked them both, but I mean, a friend of mine who's read quite a lot of the books, there's quite a lot of books, I think it's about 30 books or something. A friend of mine said that Tom Cruise is not the right actor for the role. So because they made the films and people know who Jack Reacher is, because a lot of people didn't know. The people who knew read the books. I've got a lot of the books. I've only read one, and the first book is season 1 of this new show. I think season 2 is coming out next year, I think. No, I think season 2 was supposed to come out this year. It was supposed to come out at the same time as Picard season 3. Now, Picard season 3 was good. As you know, I loved it. But I think there's a delay on it. Same with Stranger Things. Season 5 of that is coming out next year. A lot of things are coming out next year. Hopefully, I mean, they may not be now, but like House of the Dragon season 2, there's quite a lot of things that are pushed back, but they may be pushed back again because of the strikes. which, I mean, those strikes don't affect programs and films being made in this country. So what I think's happening is they're actually completing some projects in this country or other countries around the world because they don't want to get to a stage where there's no content, no new content anywhere. You know, especially on things like Netflix and, you know, Disney Plus and stuff like that. If they can't produce new content, they're gonna lose subscriptions. Now, the only way around that is if to start filming things in other countries. And I can't remember what it was now. There's something, either a film or a TV show, that's actually moving over here to finish, because the strike, the members, the body of the strike, I can't remember what it's called. That doesn't actually mean anything over here. It's not a thing. They have their own. They've got their own kind of guild over here, and they're not on strike. So what I think's going to happen. I know, like actors are on strike as well, but I don't know if they all are. So things like films and TV shows, some of them can be made in other countries. I mean, it's up to the actor if they want to strike, or if they want to go to another country and finish the next season of whatever show they're doing, or finish the film that they're doing. See, I don't know what's happening with Dead Reckoning Part 2 now, because I don't know if Tom Cruise has gone on strike. I don't know. Nothing's been said. I kind of hope he hasn't, but if he has, then he's standing united for whatever they want. And if they're not happy about something, I mean, Tom Cruise probably won't feel any of what they're striking about, because he's top of the game. He's the bankable actor. The money he earns, it's so much that he doesn't really need to strike. I'd say the same with Brad Pitt as well. There aren't that many big cinema actors anymore. I think Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but they're knocking on a bit now. I think so. I know they finished Rambo with Rambo Last Blood, but I think I'm trying to think if it's. Oh no, it's. I think they're going to make a Demolition Man 2. Now that's kind of come from left field, because that was a film in the 90s, and it was of its time. Like the futuristic look all looked the same, except Back to the Future looked a bit. It kind of the same. They all imagined the future the same, pretty much. Metallic clothing, robots and things. iRobot, that was a good film. Metallic things. iRobot wasn't of its time, it was better than of its time, but there was a lot of things that came out of its time. They were very cheaply made. And Demolition Man, although it had Wesley Snipes in it, Sandra Bullock, and Sylvester Stallone, it was good. But it's very dated now. Another film that I liked, I actually thought about the other day, was The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. That's very good. Rebecca De Mornay and Q's in that as well. Is that right? Did I do that right? If that can't be 14 and that 14, that can't be right. Let me see. Just line it up. Okay. Not sure if I did that right. So that's going across there. that's supposed to be dark, but that's not. Oh dear. That's okay, I can paint over it. These things are going to happen. I will correct it. I'll probably go over it with white, and then I'll put the colour that's supposed to be there on, because those two next to each other, they're not both 14 because they wouldn't be separated. So that's fine. I know how to fix it, so I'm not worried. I'm not worried. But yeah. So yeah, Demolition Man 2. A film nobody asked for, but it's sci-fi, so I'll be up for it. The other film that I started watching, and I don't even know why I never went back to it. It's the remake of Dune. It's on Amazon Prime, and I need to finish it because I did like it, and because I haven't watched it to the end, I don't know how good it is. Because I rewatched Greenland, that's really good, and now I'm rewatching The Tomorrow War, because I got to really the end of that, and then I stopped watching it, and I went back, so I've gone back to the start of that. That's with Chris Pratt, and then after that I'm going to rewatch Dune, because I think the second one's coming out soon, although, like I've said, everything's being pushed back, so I don't know if it's in the can, because if something's in the can, they can do the post-production and release it. If it's not in the can, they can't do anything with it, because actors still have to film parts and things. And that's why I'm wondering if Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 is in the can, because I think, as far as I know, I think they filmed them both back to back, and then they split them. It's like what they did with Back to the Future 2 and 3. They made one long film and then they split them. They did that with it's not a new thing. They did that with Superman, the original movies. They did that with Superman 1 and 2. It was going to be like a 4-hour, 5-hour movie, but they split that. And they've done that with a lot of things. I think they did The Matrix Reloaded and Revolutions. They did those back to back, and then they split them. So it's been done many times, and it kind of makes sense sometimes if they want to, if they know they're making a third one, they might as well film them both together. So Dead Reckoning might already be in the can, all of it, so then it could be released next year. Now I don't know if it's going to be the last one. See with Tom Cruise, I think he would say never, because are we going to get a Top Gun 3? Who knows? But I would say never with Tom Cruise, because I don't think he will ever want to retire, because he loves what he does. I don't think so. I think what I'm thinking is, I think he's going to do Dead Reckoning 1 and 2, where it could be the last ones, but he's thinking that he may not be fit enough, because I think he's 60 now, so I'm thinking he probably won't be fit enough to do another one, but he's not going to know that until he finishes Dead Reckoning 2, and then it comes out next year, and he promotes it around the world, and then he'll see if he wants to do another one. I'd love to be 10 of them. You know, like the Fast and the Furious films. Oh, I love them. Really love them. Fast and the Furious films. I haven't watched them all. I think I've watched 7. And I watched them back to back, but not all in one day. And there's 10 of them, you know what I mean? There's 10 of them films. There's 10 kind of original Star Trek films, you know, from the motion picture to Nemesis, and then you've got the J.J. Abrams reboot, where there were 3 of them. So there's 13 Star Trek films, and I like it when there's a load of films from the same franchise, because it's just amazing. See, like I said before, the only thing I don't like is in Star Trek is, well, it's not that I don't like it, I just can't connect to it, is the original series. But I can replace the original series with watching the movies, because I like the cast, but I only like them in the movies, like Spock. I mean, it's quite interesting, when they were pitching for the motion picture, because Star Wars had come out, Alien had come out, and Paramount wanted a piece of that. So they wanted, and 2001 as well came out in the 60s. So, Paramount wanted a piece of that, and because they owned Star Trek, they wanted a piece of that. They wanted to make a film. So they made the motion picture, and everybody from the original cast signed on, except Leonard Nimoy. He didn't want anything to do with Star Trek. He felt like after making the TV show, he was typecast, and nobody would hire him because he didn't actually do a lot afterwards. It's like, you know, William Shatner did T.J. Hooker, and you know, but because of the Spock character, I mean, it's different now. You know, we accept that actors can play different things, but back in the 60s, 70s, and the 80s, and somewhat in the 90s as well, Leonard Nimoy couldn't get work because studios couldn't get past Spock. Couldn't get past the fact that Leonard Nimoy looks like Spock, and they thought that the audience wouldn't be able to get past that as well. But, like, you know, Leonard Nimoy was in the J.J. Abrams Star Treks. He was in Fringe. He wasn't in it a lot, but he was in it enough to be a character, to be a bona fide character. And towards the end of the run of the series, he was actually in it a lot more. So that's, but when I think when it came to, like, we had the Wrath of Khan, Search for Spock, Leonard Nimoy was back on board, because the thing is, he thought, well, you know what, if people just remember me for Spock, I'm going to give them Spock. So he started becoming an executive producer. I think, like, in Star Trek 4, Star Trek 5, Star Trek 6. I think he actually wrote Star Trek 6. That's how invested he was back into Star Trek. And because he knew he was going to make a lot of money out of them, and he just thought, well, if everyone thinks I'm Spock and I can't get work anything else, then I'll just be Spock, and I am Spock. So you want me to be Spock? I'll be Spock. And I tell you what, he's really good as Spock, especially in the Next Generation Unification episodes. You know, when I saw Spock back, because I was like, I didn't understand Vulcans at the time, and I was like, how can Spock be in this? But Vulcans live at least twice as long as humans, so I'm actually printing. Oh dear. Yeah, they can live twice as long as humans, so. Oh, those were good episodes. I think there's a Alita Battle Angel 2 coming soon as well. Now I thought James Cameron left that a long time before. But then you remember he is making the Avatar films as well. So, and there's also I don't know if Ridley Scott or James Cameron is part of this, but it seems to keep stalling all the time. But anyway, there's an Alien based on the films, Alien TV show, and I think it's the guy from. I think it's Noah Wiley. I think he's attached to it, and I think so. I think he has something to do with it. I think it's Noah Wiley. I'm not sure, or is it Noah Hawley? I don't know, but I know somebody quite famous is attached to it. Let me just. But there's quite a lot of stalling, and of course because of the strikes, everything is stalled now. So I'd love to see that Alien TV show. Because I did like, although it's been cancelled now, I did like Raised by Wolves. I really did like that. It's very sci-fi. It's just, and Ridley Scott did that, and I'm surprised it got cancelled because, I mean, I don't know how many people watched it. It was HBO. It's on HBO Max in America. I don't know how many people actually got to watch that over here, but so I don't think it's on Netflix or anything. But it's really good. So there's another 14 up here. Yeah, I just want these things to come out. I want to start watching them. Yeah, so I'm getting a lot of this dark blue done, but it's still very abstract. And if I didn't know what it was, I think I'd struggle to guess. It's very, very abstract. So once I get all the dark blues done, there's a massive 14 there. Once I get all the dark blues done, there's 14 there, 14 there. It's quite a lot to fill in. Get all the dark blues done, then the blacks. I think you'll start to see, if you haven't guessed what it is, I think you'll start to see what it is or what it could be. I'm glad I actually changed tack and decided to do the dark colours first. Well, not first, but from now on. There we go. And that does go in there as well. Kind of very, very jagged. Not my painting this time. The shape, very jagged shape. don't know what the playback on these videos with this new camera is going to be like until I play them back. I'll edit them. I need to see if I can find a 14 down here or a 14 over here. There's one there, and there's that one in there, which I might actually do very quickly because it's inside a mid blue. And like I said, I like that. I like that when the colours start connecting. Yeah, I do like that because it changes from being like random colours everywhere to big areas coming together. Yeah, Greenland is a good film. Gerard Butler. Another one of those world-ending films, like 2012. San Andreas. Those two are good films. I do like a good world-ending film. Yeah, I do like to see the Earth almost get destroyed. Armageddon, that's another one. The Day After Tomorrow. See, the thing about these films, except I think there was one film where the Earth got destroyed. Deep Impact, the world got destroyed in that, but in most of them, the Earth doesn't actually get destroyed. It's either a flood or earthquakes, but the Earth doesn't actually get destroyed. Or a meteor, like in Armageddon. That is a good film. There's a lot of big stars in that as well. You don't really find a lot of big stars now in one film. You know, like the Dependables. What was it called? Is it called The Dependables? No, it's not. It's something like that. But you know the one with Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis. All the action heroes are in it. Is it The Dependables? No, it's not called The Dependables. I think it's called The Undependables or something. That it's like The Losers or whatever. Can't remember what you call it now. I think I've only seen a couple of those. I think there's about 3 or 4 of them out. It's Dolph Lundgren's in it. Jean-Claude Van Damme's in it. Yeah, they're all in it. Jet Li's in it. All the big action heroes are in it. Action stars are in it. And it's really good. I really can't remember what it's called though. I don't know. I could Google it, but I'm not going to. I'm going to hope it pops in my head. Yeah, it's not The Dependables because they're not dependable. They're kind of the opposite of that. But it sounds like that. It sounds like that kind of word. And I can't remember. I can't remember what it's called. I think I'll remember and come back. In the next video I think I'll say what it is. So if you want to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, thank you for stopping by in this video, and I will see you in the next video.